With obviously they're looking for a replacement now for Alexis Sanchez. Reportedly, this has been a Man United target as well, and this is a Hiriving Lanzino or whatever they call the player. He's a current PSV player. He's only been I think, is this his first season with the club or second season with the club? Because we know he risen up the ranks with Pachua, where he made over century appearances. Also began his youth career with Pachua as well, did the current player. This is a winger, he's tenacious, his dribbling skills are very, very good, he's good in the air, he's good at driving forward, his versatility is very, very good, and he does look a very, very good player. It says Arsenal are eyeing up a £30 million for the player. This season, the player has scored 9 goals. He scored 9 goals in 8 games this season for PSV as well as the player. But reportedly, Arsenal are showing interest in him. Reportedly, it's been a Man United target as well as this Hiriving Lazano. And he's only been at PSV since 2017. So this is his first season or his second season in the process with PSV. But he scored 9 goals in 8 games so far this season as the current player. But it's saying Arsenal have showed an interest in him. Because obviously, we know Arsenal, he's a winger. Man United are still need a creative winger. Arsenal, still looking for a place for Sanchez. As I said, looking like, Sanchez is it's looking like, Sanchez is going to go, whether it's going to be in January, whether it's going to be on the free next summer. But I do think Alexis Sanchez is going to go because it's reportedly said, Everton have reportedly been very, very interested in Alexis Sanchez. They were willing to put £30 million, but I said Arsenal would rather cash him rather than let him go free next summer. But he would not want to go to Everton, because Everton spent a lot of money in the August window. They're struggling this season, they're sitting in the relegation zone. Everton Football Club, Koeman's just been sacked. And, what was Sanchez demanding in the August window? He said he wanted Champions League football. He wants to win trophies, and with Arsenal, he's not going to be doing this at the moment. Definitely, if he goes to Everton, he's not going to be doing that as well. So there's other options out there for him, where he can elevate to a higher level, play amongst better players. And with Arsenal Football Club, he won't do this. With Everton, he won't do this as well. But PSG is still available because we know Sanchez was demanding a higher wage in his package as well. I think he was demanding 500,000 from Paris Saint-Germain. He was demanding 400,000 from Arsenal as well. Real Madrid had been interested. Chelsea showed an interest. Man United had showed a slight interest in Alexis Sanchez. But now, all of a sudden, City have reportedly changed the stance on Alexis Sanchez. So now, apparently, they were convinced they wanted to get him for £20 million in January. But reportedly now, City would rather wait till next summer to get Sanchez on a free transfer rather than get him in January where they have to pay like 20 or 30 million pound. But they could still cash in for Sanchez because there's still teams that are interested. Pep Guardiola was fantastic with Alexis Sanchez at Barcelona. Arsenal paid 35 million pound for him from Barcelona. He's won 3 FA Cups in 4 seasons. We know he's an excellent Denise player. We know he's won honours though. He won it with Coca-Cola on his loan spell with a plate. Won it on his loan spell as well. Was underneath quite a few years with Barcelona. He won honours. He won quite a few honours with Barcelona. He scored 21 goals in his last season with Barcelona as well. Did Alexis Sanchez. He made his international debut in 2006 as well. But his versatility is good. He's strong. He's quick. He's good in the air. He's Alexis Sanchez as well. But he's made over century appearances now for Arsenal Football Club as Alexis Sanchez. But he has refused to sign a new deal. City initially had a 50 million bid rejected. Initially had a 60 million bid accepted, but Arsenal couldn't find that replacement. So now apparently this Hiriving Lanzio is on Arsenal's radar as another replacement Sanchez because they've had a lot of replacements on mine. There's been Thomas Lemar. It confirmed the other day that Arsenal had reportedly, and he said they've missed Arsenal had been notified that they've missed out on their chance to sign Lemar. It said reportedly Arsenal were scouting Lemar during the course of the weekend where he put a fantastic performance in. He made 32 appearances for Chan Monaco paid £3 million for him. I think this is his 3rd season. The process made his international debut in 2016. And during the August window, Lemar did admit he did want to make the move to the Emirates. Arsenal had seen 2 bids rejected. Liverpool had seen 2 bids rejected for Thomas Lemar. Arsenal put £92 million in right at the end, but didn't proceed. But yeah, as I said, Lemar, good dribbler, passing ability good. I still think he's got 3 years left on his deal as Thomas Lemar with Arsenal Football Club. Thomas Lemar with Monaco, I think he's still got 3 years left on his deal. The president did confirm he is likely to leave Monaco next summer. Arsenal still may go for him in January because I think Ozil or Sanchez, one of them at least, is going to go in January. I definitely do think that will happen because Arsenal, as I said, would rather cash him rather than let him go on a free next summer as well in the current process. But Sanchez, as I said, looks like he's going to be leaving. It will be, next summer on a free or in January. But yeah, Lamar, they didn't get the pursuit of him due to that. Monaco were not willing to offload the player due to, the amount of money they raised for the departure of their players in August. As well. And we know Riyad Mahrez has been on Arsenal's, agenda, to replace Sanchez. As it reported the other day about Riyad Mahrez, we know he began his youth career with Salclas. He returned professional in 2009, went with Quimper. He did well with Lee Harvey. He played majority of his playing time in the reserve team with Lee Harvey. I think he's been at Leicester now since 2014, became more of a regular. He's won the PFA with them, Player of the Season, Premier League, Championship, helped them gain promotion. He's made over 100 appearances now. It reportedly said, he put a transfer request in during the summer, did Riyad Mahrez. He had thoughts about leaving during the summer as well, but he ended up staying at the King Power Stadium, because we know Leicester have just had their manager, Craig Shakespeare sacked. They've got a new manager now, I think. He's under contract with Leicester till 2020 as well. But there'd been quite a few teams interested: Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham, quite a few teams. Roma had a strong interest in Riyad Mahrez as well, but he ended up staying with Leicester City. But now it's reportedly saying he could leave Leicester for just over £26 million, because it's reportedly saying Marseille have showed an interest in Riyad Mahrez as well. But we know that's been on Arsenal's agenda as a replacement as well in the current process. But yeah, as I was saying, this Ivan Lanzio is a PSV player. I think this is for season, it might be his second season. He scored 9 goals this season in 8 games. Very, very good indeed. Ex-Pachu player, that's where he'd risen up the ranks as well. It's saying Arsenal are eyeing a £30 million move for the current player. He's a winger. Manchester United have reportedly shown an interest, because obviously Man United still need a winger, as I said. But yeah, but as I did update you with the latest news earlier on about Cesc Fabregas from Chelsea, it reportedly said Man United had shown an interest in Cesc Fabregas, because we know back in the David Moyes tenure, when he reportedly said a couple of months ago, he said his tenure would have been. Moyes said his tenure would have been different at Old Trafford if he'd assigned his main priority targets, which was Fabregas and Bale, because we did go Fabregas before, didn't get him. We went for Bale during the Moyes era as well, and we've been going for him for quite a while. Didn't get him as well. But Fabregas, I think Chelsea are in the process of securing Cesc Fabregas a new deal with the club. His current deal ends in 2009, but I think Chelsea are in the process of trying to secure a new deal. Jose Mourinho is actually keen on reuniting with Cesc Fabregas, because Jose Mourinho worked with him at Chelsea. Fabregas, very, very good, creative, agile, fantastic playmaker, skillful. What a fantastic player. Very, very good in his Arsenal days as well. I think this is his 4th season in the process with Chelsea, but we know the player risen up the ranks with Barcelona. That's where he joined the youth system, risen up the ranks there. He went to Arsenal in 2003. He was at Arsenal a good 8 years, won honours, won like the Premier League with FA Cup with Arsenal, Community Shield with Arsenal. He was there about 8 years, and Barcelona bought him back in 2011 for a fee. I think Barcelona bought him from Arsenal in 2011 for £35 million. He was at Barcelona for 3 years. Did very, very well. Won FIFA Club World Cup with them. La Liga, Copa del Rey, FIFA World Cup, Super Cup as well. Did Cesc Fabregas during his 3 years there, and he was playing alongside Iniesta and Xavi in an attacking role. Was Cesc Fabregas, and then also, we know he won the FIFA World Cup in 2010, as I said. Also won the European Championship in 2008 and 2012 as well, did Cesc Fabregas. And then Chelsea had purchased him in 2014 from Barcelona, and Chelsea purchased him for £30 million from Barcelona. And since he's been at Chelsea, he's done fantastically well. As I said, he's won the Premier League a couple of times with them. He's won the League Cup with them as Cesc Fabregas as well. But, Man United had an interest in him during the David Moyes tenure as well. But I just don't think he's going to leave. We know we'll purchase Matic from Chelsea during the summer, because obviously he's now reuniting with Jose Mourinho. He's Nemanja Matic. But yeah, we'll see what happens about that. But I think he's in the process of signing a new deal as Fabregas. I think he's got an option to sign another 2-year extension as Cesc Fabregas. But yeah, as we're But yeah, as we all know that, we know Man United are still in the hunt for the winger. We know Gareth Bale has been, mentioned quite a lot of times in the process. We know Gareth Bale, we've been linked to him for quite a long time. We were linked to him during the Moyes era. Bale's got good physical attributes. His crossing's very, very good. He's skillful, he's tenacious, he's competitive. He's very, very good in the air. He's Gareth Bale. And we know Real Madrid. He did say he'd been given the green light to leave Real Madrid due to the injuries that he's been suffering during his time with Real Madrid. We know he's recently suffered a calf injury as well, and we know that Gareth Bale is injury prone. It did suggest out the other day that Jose Mourinho has no more interest in Gareth Bale due to probably he has concerns, due to his injury records as well. Gareth Bale, we know he's won 10 honours with Real Madrid, 10 honours, and he's won 3 Champions Leagues in 4 seasons with the club. He is very, very good, he's Gareth Bale, when he does play on the pitch, as I've just explained to you. He risen up the ranks Southampton fantastically well. He started as a left back, and then when he went to Tottenham, became more of an attacking player. Spent 6 fantastic years with Tottenham, made 146 appearances, scored 42 goals, and then Real Madrid had purchased him for £85 million from Tottenham back in 2013. It did say the other week Florentino Perez was looking to generate the. It did say that Florentino Perez was looking to generate the funds that they paid for him from Tottenham back in 2013, which was about £85 million as well. But he isn't getting a fantastic reception at the Bernabeu with Gareth Bale. To quite honestly, he's not getting a fantastic reception. But apparently, Jose Mourinho's no longer interested in the player. As I said, he's won Welsh Football of the Year record 6 times, earned 60 caps, and second top scorer for Wales as well as Gareth Bale. But obviously, Real Madrid may want to offload him because they still have interest. It's been reported in the last few weeks, they've had a strong interest, in Harry Kane, Tottenham's Harry Kane, because we know Real Madrid have done business with Tottenham in the past. Harry Kane, he's best striker, without a doubt, in the Premier League. He's elevating to the level now of Messi and Ronaldo. Not quite on the same level, but a fantastic player. He's won Player of the Month, PFA, Golden Boot in the last couple of years. He's hit over 100 goals now in all competitions at Tottenham. He's nearly hit 100 goals now in the Premier League. And as I said, if Real Madrid are to go for him next summer, whatever, is there going to be a swap deal between Bale and Kane? And if it's only a cash-only deal, it is going to cost Real Madrid, probably at least £200 million, to get the pursuit of Harry Kane. But as I said, he has no reasons basically to leave Tottenham because Tottenham have been very consistent the last 3 years. They did lose to us, but they did miss Harry Kane. But we had few players missing as well. But away from home this season, the majority of their away games have done absolutely fantastic well. Starting to pick form up at Wembley as well. They're doing well in the Champions League so far. But yeah, as I said, if Real Madrid are to go for him, and Kane has not ruled the Spurs exit out by all means, but players like this, Kane's even admitted it would be hard to turn a club like Real Madrid down, a massive club, win trophies. Tottenham have been good for 3 years, but they're not a team that win a lot of trophies, and he'll want to win trophies sooner or later. Will Harry Kane with Tottenham because, a player of his calibre would definitely want that. But yeah, as I said, the main part of this video is about arriving Lazano for PSV. He's not down to Pachu, and he's scored 9 goals in 8 games so far for PSV. And it's reportedly saying that Arsenal are interested for eyeing a £30 million in. Says Man United have been interested in the player as well. But yeah, also, Arsenal, as I keep saying, I've got Mesut Ozil. He's coming to an end of his deal as well. He'll become a free transfer next summer, and he's even basically been advised as Mesut Ozil, if he wants to secure a move to Old Trafford, to see out his deal, and then actually we can go on and get Ozil on a free transfer next summer rather than purchase him in January. But as I said, Arsenal would rather cash in rather than let Ozil go free next summer. It did report the other day that he did. He did report the other day that he did want to join Manchester United, did Mesut Ozil. Was he playing for the move, Mesut Ozil? As we know, he's made over a century appearances now for Arsenal Football Club as Mesut Ozil. He can create chances, as I said, he can provide assists, can Mesut Ozil in the current process as well. Also was in Bundesliga for 5 years, and he did confirm, he's been demanding a wage increase from Arsenal as Mesut Ozil. But he did confirm the other week that the contract talks had stalled, basically, and the Arsenal are nowhere near coming to an agreement of securing Ozil a new deal. And it did come. Jose Mourinho says he's a fantastic number 10. He worked fantastically well with Jose Mourinho at Real Madrid. He was with Real Madrid 3 years, was Mesut Ozil. Mourinho was fantastic with him. It's Arsenal's second most expensive sign, and Arsenal paid £42.5 million for him from Real Madrid as well. But he reportedly did tell teammates he does want to join Manchester United, does Mesut Ozil. So could he be our next midfielder? But obviously I think Mourinho's, mentioned Fabregas. I think he may have used him as an alternative, Fabregas, if we don't end up getting Ozil, as I said. But yeah, I think Chelsea are not willing to offload Fabregas, and I think he's close to securing a new deal with Chelsea Football Club. Is Cesc Fabregas, but obviously, Jose Mourinho is still, he's still looking to address our midfield a bit more, because obviously, we have got injuries at the moment to Fabregas, to Pogba and Marian Fellaini, who have done well for us this season. And, there's teams that are after Michael Carrick now. It's reported that a few Midlands teams are interested. It's reported the same. Villa have been interested, Leicester have been interested, and West Bromwich Albion have been interested in Michael Carrick, because I think this is his 12th season now in the process with Man United. He's been at the club over a decade. He's won every single domestic cup with the club. As I said, he's nearly played 400 games for Manchester United as well, and we know he's only featured in one game this season. That was in the Carabao Cup against Burton. We know he's only used there as a backup option is Michael Carrick. But partly said Villa, Leicester, West Brom are interested in him. But as I said, he's a player that doesn't rely much on pace. He's fantastic partnership with Scholes back in the day in the midfield. He's good at covering up space, and he's just been the flourish in Man United. But he's been an absolutely fantastic player as Michael Carrick. He risen up the ranks West Ham in 1997, joined the youth system. Won the FA Youth Cup with them in 99. Made over 150 odd appearances for West Ham. Went to Tottenham for a couple of years. And then when Man United purchased him in 2006 for just over 18 million, and in his first season he made more than 50 appearances for Man United as well. But obviously we know now he's not going to be a first team regular. Is Michael Carrick as well, so we could offload him. But yeah, we know he's not going to be preferred choice now. We know he's not going to be the preferred choice now, Michael Carrick. And as I also updated you guys earlier on, with the City and Barcelona are in the hunt for Joshua Kimmich from Bayern Munich. It reportedly said City and Barcelona are willing to pay 44 million for Joshua Kimmich, the current Bayern Munich right back. Can also play as central midfielder, also can operate as a right back as well, can Joshua Kimmich. As I said, he risen up the ranks with Stuttgart. He was there about 6 years, during his youth career was Joshua Kimmich. Bayern Munich not maybe willing to offload him easily. It may take an excessive fee or bid from City or Barcelona to maybe soften Bayern Munich's stance regard on the player. Joshua Kimmich, though, as I said, Pep Guardiola has worked for him before. He's looking for a reunion with the current player. He's doing very, very well because he plays centre-back, plays a right-back, but with Stuttgart, that's where he's up the ranks his youth career, went to RP Leipzig a couple of years. Munich, he's got a deal now with Munich till 2020. Munich had bought him for £7 million from RP Leipzig in 2015. We know he scored his first goal against Schalke. He scored his first team... He scored his first goal against Schalke. He scored his first 2 goals in Champions League against Rostov. And at the end of his first season, he'd made 23 appearances for Bayern Munich as well. But it looks strong, versatility good, competitive, tenacious. Looks a very, very good player, because City spent a lot of money on fullbacks in the window, and they're still looking to get maybe a few more players added into their ranks as well. Are Manchester City, because obviously Sanchez is still on the Jan. He used to work with Pep Guardiola at Barcelona, did Sanchez, and Joshua Kimmich used to work with Pep Guardiola at Bayern Munich when obviously Pep Guardiola was at Bayern Munich as well. Very good, experienced manager, as I said. What else am I going to update you on today? And as the team news of the Manchester United Benfica game is coming up very, very soon, I'm going to update you on that. But as I updated you the other day, I did give you an update, didn't I, on Antoine Griezmann. It did say it's Barcelona are going to go for Griezmann next summer. It did say he's on Barcelona's agenda, and it also suggested out that Barcelona had contacted Griezmann's representatives. So Barcelona may go for him next summer, because we know he's got a release clause of 170 odd million, but we know next summer Griezmann's release clause does reduce to half price, so I think it does go to about £89 million does Griezmann's release clause. And Man United were heavily linked with Griezmann during this summer, but we didn't get a deal over the line due to Atletico Madrid's transfer ban. We know Griezmann estimated 6 out of 10 that he was coming to Old Trafford. He signed a new deal back in June until 2022 with Atletico Madrid, did Griezmann. But I think this is his 4th or 5th season now in the process with Atletico Madrid. He's an ex-Real Sociedad player. He risen up the ranks fantastically well with Real Sociedad. I think he spent about 5 years there, was it? But he risen up the ranks fantastically well. Won the title with them. During his 5 years there, he scored 52 goals in just over 2 century appearances as well. Also very good for France. Also was very good in the Euro 2016 as well. Player of the tournament, top scorer in the Euro 2016 as well was Anton Griezmann. Also was part of the squad who won the 2010 UEFA European under-19 footballer championship as well. But Griezmann and Jose Mourinho, we tried to get a deal offline, but we couldn't due to the transfer ban. But he is a good player. 28 goals last season. Highly experienced. In Spain, and it'd be good to see Griezmann come and experience the Premier League. And we've still got the number 7 vacant. We haven't had a good number 7, since basically we had Ronaldo. But I think he'd full our number 7 spot fantastically well with Antoine Griezmann. But it's saying Barcelona are going to go for him next summer. Maybe they want to put Griezmann alongside likes of Messi and Luis Suarez and all that. So we will see. What happens about that as well. But as I did update you, earlier on, regarding Luke Shaw, as I did say, I think now, Luke Shaw wants a January exit from Old Trafford. Currently now, he feels as though he's frustrated with the lack of game time he's getting, because Luke Shaw, he made his England international debut in 2014. We bought him from Southampton for £27-29 million from Southampton back in 2014. It's his 4th season of process with Man United. This is 4th season of process with Man United. We know he suffered from long-term injury as well. Luke Shaw, he's got a deal with Man United till 2019 as well. He's good when he gets them running games. Is Luke Shaw, but he did confirm the other day that he feels his career could be over after a breakdown in relationship with Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho and Luke Shaw had a fallout. Luke Shaw's finding game time hard at Old Trafford because he knows his 4th or 5th choice left back now is Luke Shaw, and he's nearly made a century appearances in the Premier League. He risen up the ranks fantastically well with Southampton, so he could well go in January. And Pochettino's keen on him because Pochettino obviously used to work with Luke Shaw when Luke Shaw was at Southampton. When Pochettino was at Southampton, obviously before Pochettino went to manage Tottenham Hotspur as well. But there's been talks, and we'll need a replacement. There's been talks of Danny Rose, so could there be a possible swap deal between Luke Shaw and Danny Rose? As I said, Danny Rose, he started his career with Leeds United. Danny Rose, he's been at Tottenham 10 years. He's been at quite a few teams on loan. He's got a deal with Tottenham until 2021. He's been at Tottenham 10 years, got a deal with them to 2021. He'd been injured for quite a long time. He did criticise Tottenham, in the window due to their lack of investment in the window. Also wasn't satisfied with the wages he was receiving, but he did made apologies. Did Danny Rose for what he currently said, but this had currently been accepted of what he currently said as well. Danny Rose won the PFA, as I said, did the player. But as I said, he's been at Tottenham 10 years. He's done very well, become more of a regular in Tottenham's first team in the 2012-2013 season, did Danny Rose. But yeah, he did say he was willing to turn Chelsea down and he would prefer the move to Old Trafford. So could there be a potential swap deal in this if necessary? Because Jose Mourinho has looked at quite a few left-backs in the current process as well. I'll update you on. I've also, updated you, didn't I, on the Timo Werner situation. Reportedly now saying, the RP, it's reportedly said Bayern Munich have been interested in Timo Werner, good young age prospect from RP Leipzig. I think this is only his 2nd season in the process. Reportedly said Bayern Munich are interested, but the RP Leipzig president had made it clear. He'd come out and basically said he denies Bayern Munich's interest, and he's basically clarified during the meeting there's been no talks about Timo Werner, and also the president of RP Leipzig confirmed that there's been no inquiry inquiries from Bayern Munich or any approach from Bayern Munich or any offer from Bayern Munich. So it's saying Liverpool could go on and maybe go on and show an interest in him maybe next summer or maybe in January, the player as well. I think he's under contract. Is he under I think he's under contract with RP Leipzig until 2020 or 2021. He's Timo Werner. As I said, he reportedly supported Manchester United as a youngster as well. He did say he'd dream about a move to Manchester United. He supported him as a youngster. Apparently, did the RP Leipzig player. Dad, what? You made any tea? Can you make some tea? Yeah, so he's part of Manchester United as a youngster. We know I think he's on his second season process. The next Stuttgart player also played in the reserve team for Stuttgart as well. He made his debut for Stuttgart in the Europa League at just the age of 17 years old. He made his first Bundesliga appearance against Bayer Leverkusen, scored his first goal against Frankfurt, become the youngest player during his time in the club to make 50 appearances. At 18, he signed a contract with Stuttgart till 2018. Stuttgart got relegated and then RP Leipzig had come in and purchased him for £10 million. He's become the youngest player to play in 100 Bundesliga matches with them. He scored 21 goals in 32 appearances last season for RP Leipzig, did the player. And also helped them qualify for the Champions League for the first time in the club's history as well. So Liverpool still looking for an attacker. Liverpool still definitely need someone defensively as well. They definitely need someone defensively, the Liverpool Football Club, as we all know as well. But yeah, saying, on the situation, looking like Coutinho's going to definitely go in January. Maybe Emre Can, I think, could go on a free next summer if he doesn't sign a new deal with Liverpool Football Club. He could go on a free next summer. Emre Can, it's reportedly said Juventus have been interested in the player because Juventus have been heavily into Emre Can, and it's reported that Juventus have been in talks and Juventus are maybe convinced they can go on and get him on a free transfer next summer. And he said Juventus have been in discussions with Emre Can's representatives over this as well. But I think Liverpool are still in the process of actually trying to secure Emre Can a new deal with Liverpool Football Club. Reportedly, he's not signed a new deal. He's nowhere near to sign a new deal with Liverpool. Reportedly, he has been demanding a release clause for Liverpool to sign him a new deal. But Juventus have been interested with Emre Can. He's made a big impact since he's been at Liverpool. As I said, he's made over 100 appearances since he's been at Liverpool because he's an ex-Bayern Munich graduate, risen up the ranks there, played mostly in the reserve team, ex-Bayer Leverkusen player, and Liverpool had paid just over nearly £10 million for Emre Can as well. But versatility good, competitive, can play as defensive mid, centre-back, full-back, very, very good for Germany as well. Is the player, but as I said, he's made over 100 appearances since he has been at Liverpool Football Club. But yeah, he's fully committed to Liverpool, as he admitted, and he classified Juventus' interest as an honour, as he did admitted Emre Can in the current process. So he could go next summer on a free if he doesn't sign a new deal. Coutinho, I think, is going to go in January. I've already explained the situation. PSG reportedly still monitoring the player, but I think he prefers the move to Barcelona because he'll win trophies with Barca, he'll elevate to a higher level, he'll be playing amongst better players. With Liverpool, he's not going to be doing this, and Liverpool should do it. Cash in for Coutinho, which they should have done in August. Cash in for Coutinho, add depth and character into their squad, and reinvest the money they receive from the Coutinho departure, and reinvest into their squad, as I've just said, in the current process. And hopefully, and for Liverpool, I think they will revive the interest in Virgil van Dijk. I do really think they'll revive their interest in Virgil van Dijk. He's got a 6-year deal with Southampton that I signed back in May 2016, made his international debut in 2015 as well. Just recovered from a long-term injury as well, Virgil van Dijk. But Liverpool couldn't get a deal over the line because Southampton were resisted and were not willing to offload Virgil van Dijk. Liverpool were convinced they were going to pay £70 million for Virgil van Dijk, but it never materialised. But he did want to make the move, did the player, and Southampton, I think this is his third season in the process. Southampton bought him for £13 million from Celtic. He did very, very well with Celtic as well, did Virgil van Dijk, but Liverpool still need to strengthen their defensive area up as I said. But the main part of this video, as I've give you all my updates of what all my opinions on the transfer rumours that's going on. So we always do on this channel. We do some short videos, we do some long videos. But as I did say, about this Hiving Lanzio, it's been our target. Apparently, he's a winger. Reportedly, it's Arsenal target. Arsenal are eyeing up a 30 million move for him. If he's not the ranks, Pachu. I think he's been in PSV. I think this is his first season. I might be wrong, but he scored 9 goals in 8 games so far as the current player. But he's saying Arsenal are interested in seeing him as a replacement for Alexis Sanchez as well. I also updated you with the Fabregas situation. It also said, Man United reportedly interested. He's keen on the sign. I think he's keen on signing a new deal. Is Fabregas? I think Chelsea are in the process of trying to secure a new deal. He has an option of does Fabregas to sign another 2-year extension with Chelsea Football Club. His current deal ends in 18 months. His current deal ends in when does his deal end? His current deal ends in 18 months. Says Fabregas, his current deal ends in 18 months, but I think Chelsea are in the process of securing him a new deal. As I said, I'd like him at Manchester United. Very good pedigree, very, very good, tenacious, compassive midfielder, as he's proven in his Arsenal days. He's won honours as well where he's been. He's proven it with Barcelona, because he's been at Barcelona twice, because as I said, you've risen up the ranks with Barcelona. Started his youth career with Barcelona, went to Arsenal in 2003, was at Arsenal a lot of years, was at Arsenal about 7-8 years, won Premier League with them, FA Cup, Community Shield with them, and with during his time with Arsenal Football Club was very, very good. As I said, Barcelona got him back in 2011. Barcelona paid £35 million for him from Arsenal in 2011. Had 3 good years there. Won the FIFA Club World Cup, La Liga, Copa del Rey, UEFA Super Cup as well. Also won the European Championship in 2008-2012. Won the FIFA Club World Cup in 2010. As I said, during his Barcelona days, played with Iniesta and Xavi. Played alongside Iniesta and Xavi as well. Did Cesc Fabregas, and then went to Chelsea. Chelsea paid £30 million for him from Barcelona in 2014, and this is his 4th season of process with Chelsea. He's won the Premier League twice with them. He's won the Premier League twice with Chelsea, and he's won the League Cup and that with Chelsea as well. So he is a fantastic player. He's Cesc Fabregas, but I don't see him making the move, because we was interested in him during the day. We was interested in him, wasn't we? During the David Moyes tenure. But yes, guys, I'm going to go now. I'm going to have a look at some of the team news right now. The Manchester United Benfica match, if it has been done, it will be done soon, and I'm going to have a look at it now, and I will be doing a video before I go out and watch the game. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update today. Drop your comments, like, on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe to my channel as always, and take it easy, guys, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.